Hi, everyone. This is Ken with Ken's Insurance Agency. We are a full insurance brokerage. We're coming to you tonight to talk to you about commercial insurance and how it can help you um, as a business owner. We're going to cover some non-insurance products. We're going to cover benefits packages. We're going to cover things like general liability and so forth. So by the time you get done, you'll have a basic knowledge of what you may need. So let's get started. The first thing that we need to talk about is the different types of commercial insurance that there are. The first is general liability. You can build into general liability property insurance. General liability basically covers damage to land, to the building, to the equipment inside, to vehicles parked on the property. Can cover injuries that happen on the property. These kind of things. The next type is business owner liability. This covers the business owners and the HR personnel from sexual harassment lawsuits, discrimination lawsuits, things like this. It'll pay the claim if it's found that it's best to settle, or if it's something that basically you lose the case, then the insurance pays the claim up to the limits. Let's see here. Next is professional liability. This is more for like insurance agents, insurance brokers, insurance agencies and brokerages, insurance companies, accountants, lawyers, doctors, pretty much anybody in a professional standpoint such as that is required to have professional liability, also known as errors and omissions. Somebody like FedEx is not required to have it. So it's only for certain industries. Next is commercial auto. Commercial auto is basically covering any car or vehicle owned by the company. It's not meant for a car or vehicle that's owned by an individual in the company that's running around doing company business. That would be on their personal auto. Basically, they would have an attachment for using it for business use. And there is prepaid legal for the business. We'll look at this through a video. Also, if an individual has a vehicle, or if the company has a vehicle that has either got a DOT registry on it, or that has a magnetic sign or some kind of sign for the business, and is being used for business work, at least during business hours, if not also off hours, then you would want a CDLP prepaid legal plan. We'll look at that also. Also, there's workers' comp. This is in case somebody gets injured on the job. It basically covers their time, their pay while they're off. It's only going to be a percentage of their pay. It's not going to be the full pay. It covers their medical bills from the injury itself. If they're considered fully disabled, it can issue payments up until they get on SSI, or SSDI. So that's one thing to remember. This is a requirement on state law for pretty much every business to have on their employees. Next, we want to talk about benefits packages. Benefits packages can include health insurance, whether it's a self-funded plan, whether it's an ACA plan, or one of the other ACA alternative plans that can be offered as a commercial product. We have all these, and we do look at which one is best for your industry and for your company. Self-funded may not always be the best because of high claims and stuff, but the company, if it doesn't use all the money that they actually self-fund in, then they get a check back at the end of the year after all claims have been paid for the difference, and they can use that money to basically invest back in their employees' health insurance or into some health supplements. So that's one thing. The ACA alternatives usually have a 12-month wait on most pre-existing conditions. There are some pre-existing conditions that don't have a 12-month wait, but they are rate up. So we would have to look at that on a case-by-case basis. We can cover any company from 2 employees up with health insurance. Also, you have accident, cancer, critical illness, which cancer and critical illness can be combined. Hospital indemnity, dental, vision, and we also have a dental, hearing, and vision plan. Disability, these are health supplements that can be offered as a benefits package. They also will help lower your workers' comp rate whenever it comes up for renewal. So that's very important to remember, because you as the business owner pay the workers' comp rate. You cannot deduct that from your employees' payroll. So that's an expense to you, where these can be deducted from your employees' payroll. So you're getting your money back and can really help you. Then there's life insurance. Life insurance is great to have. Also, you can have a retirement plan. We recommend having annuities for a retirement plan, but we can also do qualified plans like a 401k or simple or an IRA. These are a little bit more involved. They're not as good. When the employee starts drawing off of them, they won't last but about 7 years. So basically the employee runs out of money after 7 years if they survive, and people are surviving longer now. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So you want to remember this. We also recommend having life insurance outside of the work as well as on the job. So that's one thing to remember. Annuities offer lifetime retirement, so they are good. Pensions are pretty much dead because they're too expensive to maintain and keep, although they do tend to offer lifetime income. So basically, we rarely offer a pension. So that covers some of that. Also, you can have prepaid legal and identity theft protection for your employees. One of the pluses by offering prepaid legal to your employees is they cannot use it against you as the business owner or against the business, even if they leave the company. So that's one of the pluses. The other plus to offering a benefits package, especially a more robust business package, is that it, one, keeps the employees whenever they have issues from coming to you and asking for either time off for like legal matters, because they can take care of it generally on their break and stuff. They might need to take a little bit early break because they get a call. The other thing is it keeps them from coming to you asking for money for bills that they've got coming in when they have a health event on a family member. So it helps cover these things. The disability also can help if they get injured on the job or off the job, provide money till they can either come back to work or get on SSI/SSDI. If injured on the work, they'll also have workers' comp that goes along with it. So these two can end up offsetting their lost pay during that period of time. We can also offer our credit repair if your employees need it or you need it. We can offer our debt payoff if you need it or your employees need it. These they would need to pay for up front. That's one thing to remember. We can set up the debt payment on payments. The credit repair is set up on payments. But let's look at the prepaid legal right now.
Every year, millions of people face legal issues. And let's face it, lawyers are expensive. But as a Legal Shield member, you pay an affordable rate for an entire law firm versus high hourly legal fees. Legal Shield's law firms have over 20 years of experience in many areas of law. As a Legal Shield member, you'll have direct access to one of our dedicated law firms, so you can take proactive steps to protect your legal rights, such as having your rental agreement reviewed or your will prepared, and receiving legal guidance for things like a dispute with a neighbor or creditor. Your law firm can also write a letter or make a phone call on your behalf. When you have a legal question or issues, you can simply call your law firm and a lawyer will return your call within 8 business hours or less. They're even available 24/7 for emergency situations. And with the Legal Shield mobile app, you can call your law firm at the touch of a button, access legal forms, upload your speeding ticket for review, and have your will prepared. Legal Shield makes receiving legal assistance easy and affordable. So get the legal protection you need and deserve, and put a law firm in the palm of your hand with Legal Shield.
Hello from Legal Shield. We believe every commercial driver needs legal protection, but first things first. What is a commercial driver's legal plan, and why should you want it? Quite simply, the commercial driver's legal plan gives you access to lawyers for transportation-related issues at an affordable rate. Attorneys are, well, expensive. $250 to $500 per issue expensive. But with a commercial driver's legal plan, you get access to our commercial drivers provider law firm for about $400 a year. That's a pretty easy choice. If you've used a lawyer for issues like this before, this probably all sounds great. If not, you may be wondering, why would I even need a lawyer? It turns out that lawyers can help you with all kinds of transportation issues that you may not have even realized. Things ranging from moving and non-moving violations, DOT, Department of Transportation violations, license reinstatement, tragic accident representation, CSA consultation, and much more. Whatever transportation issue you may be facing, a lawyer will help you make the best decision for you, your spouse, and your motor vehicle record, or MVR, in the future by knowing your full legal rights. That's always a good thing. So legal protection is a smart choice. Now, why choose LegalShield? For starters, LegalShield has been in business 40 plus years and helped over 1.5 million families that trust LegalShield as their legal protection provider. LegalShield has partnered with a law firm that gives you access to lawyers who can answer your transportation legal issues when you need them. So you'll never have to worry about what lawyer to use, since we've already done the legwork for you. And you'll always get an experienced lawyer who is dedicated to helping you in the state where your legal issue occurred. Just pick up the phone and you'll be connected to a customer service representative who will take your issue, and within 5 business days, you will have a lawyer's name and number for you to be in contact with. Remember, communication with your lawyer is key, and in most cases, your lawyer can represent you in court without you having to be there. There's a waiting period of 10 days, but our lawyers can still help you, even with your transportation needs during that time, at a 25% preferred member discount. In review, legal protection is good, and LegalShield is the best. Now let's talk about your specific plan. You can enroll in LegalShield for a low monthly fee determined by the plan you choose, along with a one-time enrollment fee of $25. Special pricing is available for drivers who enroll in the plan as part of an employee group. Your membership includes help with moving and non-moving violations, DOT violations, license reinstatements, tragic accident representation, transportation law, CSA consultation, and much more. This specific plan covers you and your spouse or domestic partner in personal or commercial vehicles. With LegalShield, you're in a position of power with access to a dedicated lawyer whenever you need it. Legal plans are also available for family coverage. Just see your independent associate for more information. Protect your ability to earn a living. Become a LegalShield Commercial Driver's Legal Plan member today.
Every year, over 10 million people have their identity stolen. Take control of your identity with IDShield. IDShield monitors your personal information, such as your social security number, credit and debit card numbers, and social media accounts. We watch across the internet, including black market websites, government databases, and court records. We even provide child monitoring and monthly credit score tracking, which you can track right on the IDShield mobile app. If any discrepancies with your identity are found, you'll receive an alert. If your identity has been stolen, a dedicated team of licensed private investigators are there at the touch of a button 24/7 to restore your identity. If identity theft happens, we'll do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to restore your identity. Shield yourself and your family from identity theft and put a licensed private investigator in the palm of your hand with IDShield.
This one we're only going to view the first part of. We won't go into the recruiting part of it.
Hi, I'm Brian Carruthers.
And I'm Darnell Self.
And we're super excited to be here today to share with you information that was shared with each of us several years ago that's had such a massive impact on us and our families. So Darnell's going to start off today explaining exactly what our company does, and I'll be back in a few minutes to share with you exactly how much this is going to be able to benefit you financially. Darnell?
So let me share with you my background prior to LegalShield. I was a retail manager working at a mall here in the Washington, D.C. area. And if you're anything familiar with the retail industry, you know weekends are the most important times. And so I missed everything that happened in my personal life on the weekends, my kids' sporting events and birthday parties. family reunions. If it happened on the weekend, I missed it. So at 25 years old, I said, no way am I going to do this for the rest of my life. So I stepped out on faith to become an entrepreneur. And for 3 years, I went on a downward spiral, went from 2 cars to 1 car, and then I lost my last car. I really lose it. When you lose something, you don't know where to find it. I knew where to find my car. It was at Toyota Motor Corporation's parking lot. I just couldn't go pick it up. Funny today, not funny back then. Well, at 28 years old, I was introduced to IDShield, and it changed everything in my life. We've been stay-at-home parents for our 4 kids, and again, it's just been a real blessing for us. So today, I have an opportunity to share that information with you, but just as importantly as the opportunity is the services that we provide that really grab the heartstrings for me. You see, I realized that the best business models of today were those that disrupted existing models. You see, if you solve the biggest problems in this world for the most amount of people, you earn a lot of money. Let's look at what Uber did for the black car and taxi car industry. You see, they solved a huge problem and made billions of dollars along the way. Netflix did that for Blockbuster. You see, no longer do we have to go out and rent videos from a store. Airbnb in the accommodation and hotel industry, Amazon in the retail industry. So let me repeat. Those who solve the biggest problems for the most people make the most money. And our company's solving 2 significant problems. One, the justice system. You see, a lot of people say that it's broken, but it's not for those who make enough money to afford it. You see, the real color of justice isn't black or white, unfortunately, but it's green. We get as much justice as we can afford, and IDShield's leveling the legal playing field for the first time in North America. So let's talk about that problem that we're solving. You see, we give you access to a mobile app. You can actually contact a lawyer with the press of a button on your phone. And we're not just a company that's starting up today. We're a company that's been around for over 40 years, started in 1972. So we press a button and we have access to thousands of legal forms. If you say, no, I actually want to talk to a lawyer, you press a button, and you actually talk to a lawyer on an unlimited amount of personal issues. That simply means that if I have a problem today, I can pick up the phone and talk to my lawyer and not have to worry about a bill showing up after that consultation. But not only will they give you consultation, they'll also write a letter or make a phone call for you if they deem that necessary. I'll never forget, I had a creditor harassing me over $92.20. And I thought to myself, well, I don't owe the $92, I'm not paying it. Well, this company said, we're gonna send your name to a collection agency if you don't pay it. I said, who's your supervisor? Well, they agreed with their coworker. And so I called IDShield. IDShield says, no worries, we'll write a letter on your behalf. I never forget the letter. It says, you must cease and desist our contact with our client pursuant to the Fair Debt Collections Practice Act. Now, I wouldn't have known to say that. In fact, the letter scared me. I almost wrote myself a check for $92. My point is, I never heard from that company again, but it's a power of a lawyer writing that letter versus Darnell writing that same letter. You see, it saved me time. It saved me money. There was no stressing, no guessing. I pressed the app and talked to my lawyer. They'll also review contracts and documents for you, up to 15 pages. They say the bold print giveth, but the fine print taketh away. So we have access now to lawyers who can review our documents before we sign our names to them. One of my favorite benefits of my IDShield membership, if I get a moving traffic violation, I get to press that button. It opens up my camera function on my phone, takes a picture of that moving traffic violation. It goes over to the law firm to tell you the best way to handle that ticket. And listen, it's great when I get a deduction from my fine, but just as importantly, I want to keep the points off of my license because we know auto insurance are already too expensive. And I can't tell you how many times my lawyers have been able to help me to get the points removed from my license. So if you drive like a teenager, you have teenage drivers in your household, this is going to be awesome for you. Another benefit with our service is you have access to a last will and testament. So I'm almost embarrassed to tell you when I joined IDShield, I was married with 2 children. Again, now we have 4, but I didn't have my last will and testament done. But I'm not alone, right? The average will costs $500 to $1,000 to have it prepared by a lawyer. IDShield takes away that excuse. We give you one just for having our service. Not only that, they'll update it each year at no additional cost. And listen, I'll never forget my uncle. My mom has 8 sisters and 1 brother. My only uncle passed a couple of years ago. He was connected to life support, but my mom and her sisters didn't have to argue back and forth on whether they thought they were doing what was best for my uncle because it was already in his living will. I've seen siblings no longer speak because there wasn't a will in place. Don't put your family through that. Make sure you take care of your last will and testament. You have access to that now. Right there through your app, you can start filling out the worksheet for your last will and testament. The part of our membership that gives my wife and I the greatest amount of peace of mind is the red button right there on your Legal Shield mobile app. It says emergency access. That's right, we give you 24-hour a day, 7-day-a-week access in emergency situations. And listen, this isn't about bad people doing worse things. We're saying bad things happen to good people too. You see, one of my sons is in college. He's a great kid, but he could be a great kid at the right party with the wrong crowd at the wrong time. And if he's being questioned, detained, or arrested, he doesn't have a right to call dad or a right to call pastor. He has a right to call his lawyer, and he has access to that 24 hours a day. Make sure you not only take advantage of this membership, but tell the people who you love and care about that this exists. Now, if you're anything like me, it's not about how much money you make, but how much money you keep. You see, everything that we've talked about so far is already 100% covered with your membership. But anything that falls outside of that, you're going to get a 25% preferred member discount. You see, because you're part of Legal Shield, you'll never, ever have to pay 100% for your attorney fees again. At minimum, you'll get a discount. Those are things like contested divorce. Perhaps you want to sue someone, or maybe it's bankruptcy. At minimum, you get a preferred member discount. And because you're signing up with Legal Shield today, in addition to your discount, you're also going to have access to a program we call Member Perks. That's right, 400 vendors you get to save money on now. Places you already spend money with, right? Like Best Buy for electronics. Or when I go rent a car, I took my son to college just a month ago. And guess what? I saved $102 on my rent-a-car. We went to the movies. I saved $6 per ticket. This is huge. So again, you have so many areas where you can save money. In fact, let me just tell you this. For this legal plan, we're not talking about $200 an hour for a lawyer, which would be what, thousands a month? We're talking about $24.95 a month. You have access to our service. Less than $25 a month, less than $1 a day. And guess what? I save more money than that every single month just by using my Member Perks program. So congratulations on being a Legal Shield member. You're going to save a lot of money, but more importantly, it's going to reduce your stress. If you're ever in a situation, don't ever forget, you have empowerment. Press that button right on your mobile app. So now after learning a little bit more about Legal Shield, I'm sure you would agree, for what it would normally cost to have 1 hour of a lawyer's time, we get to protect and empower you, your spouse, and your dependents for an entire year, for which you would normally pay for that same 1 hour of a lawyer's time. You've got to agree that we are truly leveling the legal playing field for the first time in North America. And that's just one of the problems that we're solving. The other major problem that we're solving is the identity theft epidemic, right? We know it's one of the fastest growing crimes in America. Most people think it's just financial, but it's bigger than just financial, right? There's tax fraud, and there's medical fraud, and there's social security fraud. And so what happens when we're a victim of identity theft? Most folks, first of all, don't even know they've been victimized. And so we actually do monitoring, again, right through an app on your phone. We'll monitor and alert you if someone accesses your information. And again, we're not just talking about financial, we're monitoring your entire digital DNA. But when someone accesses your information, where do you go from there? Well, with a tap of a button on your app, you now have access to a licensed private investigator who will do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to restore your identity back to pre-theft status. You see, this differentiates us from everybody else that's out there. And it's exciting to know we've got a real product that solves, again, a real problem when people are in such a need today. I know you would agree that one of the most valuable things you have is your identity. And the cost of owning an IDShield membership to protect you and your family is only $24.95. And if you're an individual, so you're not married, you don't have any dependents, it's only $9.95. So collectively, the Legal Shield plan and our IDShield plan, only $49.90 to protect your entire family. Again, about $1 a day. So that's why these two services marry so well together. If you're being pulled over for a routine traffic violation, and there's a bench warrant out for your arrest or something you didn't even do, sure, you have an identity theft situation because someone did something bad in your good name, but that also can quickly turn into a legal situation. And so you want to have access to both of these services combined. Again, protect yourself for less than $1 a day. But guess what? we get to, without having experience as a lawyer or experience as a licensed private investigator, profit from the.
Now, these that I've shown you so far, you actually can get discounts on them by offering them as part of a benefits package. Now let's take a look at the small biz option also for you and your business.
Today, I want to introduce you to our 3 small business plans that we provide at LegalShield. As a small business owner, you know how important it is to have top legal representation and access to top professionals when you're making decisions. Today, I serve as one of the presidents of LegalShield, but over 23 years ago, when I was introduced to LegalShield, I was a small business owner just like you. My wife and I, like many business owners, had spent our entire life savings to open a retail store in Ohio. And I know what it's like to put in 7 days a week, be the last one to get paid, have the stress of meeting payroll and all the legal stress that comes along with being a business owner as well. Actually, one of the very first memberships that I ever owned with LegalShield was the small business plan. So I want to take a few minutes today and help you understand the value of the small business plan and maybe even share a few stories of how I've used the service in my own business. When you think of legal services overall, what words come to mind? Words like unresponsive, unaccountable, you just don't know who to call. And when you do find out who to call, usually they're going to be $300 to $400 per hour. With LegalShield, we simply take the worry and a lot of the expense out of accessing top legal professionals. With LegalShield, the words that come to mind are accountable, accessible, and responsive. So let me tell you a little bit about LegalShield. We've actually been around since 1972, and we currently protect over 4.6 million individuals and over 50,000 business owners all across North America. Ask yourself this question. As a business owner, have you ever had to hire or fire an employee? Have you ever had a vendor dispute? Maybe a customer dispute? Have you ever needed a letter on your behalf? Or maybe needed a contract reviewed? Have you ever worried about being sued? All of these are legal situations, and most of them, as business owners, we don't seek legal advice for. And the reason simply is this: it costs too much, and most of the time we try to handle it ourselves. I know as a business owner, we try to be the superhero. We try to be everything to everyone. But at the same time, you don't want to be your own attorney. You don't want to take these matters into your hands because they can have serious consequences. A few years ago, LegalShield actually commissioned a study to find out what the real need was for our plans among small business owners. Now, unsurprisingly, 60% of small business owners said in the last year they had experienced a significant legal event. And of those surveyed, most of them said they did not seek legal advice for one major reason: cost. But the ones that actually did seek legal advice reported spending on average $7,600 on that legal event. So it's not surprising that most small business owners don't seek legal help when they need it, simply because they know it's going to cost too much. So let's talk about how our business plans really work and help you grow and protect your business. Now, we have 3 levels of protection with LegalShield: Small Business 10, Small Business 50, and Small Business 100. So the first question for you is, how many employees do you have? If you have less than 10 employees, you qualify for any of the 3 plans. If you have more than 10 employees but fewer than 50, you qualify for a Small Business 50 or Small Business 100. And if you have more than 50 employees but less than 100, you qualify for our Small Business 100 plan. Now, the great news about our 3 plans is that whatever plan that you qualify for, you can always buy up coverage, because the higher you go, the more coverage you have for your small business. As you can see on the chart, you simply decide what coverage level is appropriate for your business. All of our plans provide access to consultation with our law firms to give you the access you need when you need it. Pick up the phone, contact your attorney, and have consultation on an unlimited number of business matters. Have letters written on your behalf so that when you need access to an attorney to write that letter, you don't have to worry about paying hundreds of dollars for one letter. It's all covered through your monthly membership fee. Also have documents and contracts reviewed by your law firm, and even lawsuit protection if your business is named in a lawsuit. Now, to have hours for lawsuit protection, make sure you enroll in our Small Business 50 or Small Business 100. But at the same time, anything that's not covered through our membership, you always have access to our preferred member discount. So everything is covered through your plan. It's either covered 100% if you see it listed, or it's covered under the preferred member discount for any other legal matters. The bottom line is, as a small business owner, you have to make decisions every day. And some of them require legal assistance. With Legal Shield, you'll know that you have the professionals in your corner so you can make the smart decision without breaking the bank. So please get together with the person that invited you today to watch this short video, get your questions answered, and I also encourage you to look at the information on our family plan and find out more about how we can also protect and empower your family.
Now, also for businesses and business owners and for the employees, we do have our credit protection through Back on Track Financial. You can call Miss Pasha Nixon at 1-800-451-0993. She can do business credit as well as personal credit. So definitely you want to give her a call, and she's got a full comprehensive package and very affordable. We can build this into a business benefits package for your employees if they want to take advantage of it. So, and then we've got our debt consolidation. Well, it's not really debt consolidation. It's just basically a way to pay off your debts, save on the interest. And we can offer that to you and your employees, although we do recommend them getting that outside of their work. It's not really a good thing to have built into a benefits package, because you either finance it for a small period of time and get it paid off, and then you don't pay any more on it, or you pay a large lump sum up front, and basically you use the software, and it's very functional. We can give you more information on these. I want to take it off the screen share and give you some information on some other products that we've got that can help your business. We have our advertising both through Team National, through Royalty, and through a couple other companies that can help grow your business and help you be able to be stronger and be above the competition. We also have marketing, which would be like a website, and with that website, white papers and different things like that. We have merchant accounts. We have business loans. We have payroll and HR. We have procurement, where basically things you're buying for your business. Like if you're a restaurant, the food you buy. And if you're an office, the paper and stuff that you buy. These things we can actually get you at a cheaper price and have it delivered at a cheaper price to you, saving you money and benefiting you. We even have stuff for construction, like companies that pave. We have special paving asphalts and stuff that can save money and once set up, and provide a better asphalt, and so forth. So if you're interested in these, give us a call. Our number is 662-912-3914. Again, that number is 662-912-3914. You can also, if you're looking to find a job and you want to be a commercial agent, you can give us a call and we can help you become a commercial agent within our agency and offer these products and services. So just give us a call at that number and we'll be glad to talk to you and help you. Have a nice night, and we look forward to talking to you.